Good morning, everybody. This is a revision video to help you with solving simultaneous equations when we have a linear equation and a quadratic equation. So let's take an example. So if we have, let's just take question 11 here. So with these equations, we basically have, what's your coordinate? It's a very badly drawn coordinate. Okay, not much better. But basically we have a quadratic, which is something like this, and then a linear that intercepts it. So we are looking for these points. Sometimes it's going to be a circle. And again, you'll have a straight line that intercepts it. So we're looking for these points. So for these, we're always going to get two answers. We're going to get and another x1, y1. So this could be one set of answers and this would be another. So they're a little bit long, but once you get the swing of them, they're not too difficult. So let's take question 11. In question 11, we have y squared is equal to 4x. And then we have 2x plus y is equal to 4. So let's write that down. Okay, so in any equation, we can only solve it when we have one variable. So in both of these equations, we have two variables. So we want to change that so that we only have one variable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get an expression for x in terms of y that I can put into equation 1. So in other words, I'm going to rearrange this equation so that I get a value for y. I'm going to isolate the y and then put that into that equation. So if I subtract 2x from both sides here, that's going to cancel out. I'm going to get 4 minus 2x. So on my next line, I'm going to have y is equal to 4 minus 2x. So now this is equal to y, and I'm going to put that into my equation 1. So I have y squared is equal to 4x, but I know that y is equal to 4 minus 2x. So I've basically replaced the y with this, is equal to 4x. So now I need to expand those brackets. So I have 4 minus 2x, that's squared, so I have it twice, is equal to 4x. So that is going to give me 16 minus 8x minus 8x plus 4x squared, and that's all equal to 4x. So now I have something that's starting to look like a quadratic, but I need to make the quadratic equal to 0 to solve it. So I'm just going to move things around a little bit. I have 4x squared, then I have minus x, which is minus 16x, and I'm going to minus another 4x from this side to make it equal to 0. So I have minus 8x minus 8x minus 4x. That's going to give me minus 20x. And then I have my plus 16 here. That's all equal to 0. So I have a quadratic equation. I'm going to divide everything here by 4, because if I do that, this term here will be an x squared term, which is much easier to solve. So now I'm going to have x squared minus 5x plus 4 is equal to 0. So now we're solving a quadratic. We have m, so we're going to multiply. This is 1 here, so let's multiply 1 by 4 to get 4. So now I'm looking for factors of 4 that add to give minus 5. So I can see straight away that must be minus 1 and minus 4, because if you multiply them, they give you 4, and if you add minus 1 and minus 4, it gives you minus 5. So you can put all this into the grid method if you want, or if you want as well, you can just put it into the brackets like this. So we have minus 1, minus 4, is equal to 0. So x minus 1 is equal to 0, or x minus 4 is equal to 0. So you get x is equal to 1. We should probably have and rather than or, and x is equal to 4. So now I have my two values for x. So basically I have found the x coordinate here and the x coordinate here, but I need to find the y coordinate. So what you do then is you sub these in, sub the x values into one of the original equations. So if you're picking which equation to use, just pick the easiest one, the non-quadratic. So in this case that would be equation 2. Well, this is what we started with here. So I'm going to just take this down here. 2x plus y is equal to 4. And then we have if x is equal to 1, and then if x is equal to 4. So let x equal 1 plus y is equal to 4. And then we have 2 times 4 plus y is equal to 4. So let's just solve these, and we can solve these easily enough because we only have one variable. So 2 plus y is equal to 4. So that means that if we minus 2 from both sides, we get y is equal to 2. And then we have 8 plus y is equal to 4. So if we subtract 8 from both sides, we get y is equal to minus 4. So our answers are going to be 1, 2, and 4, minus 4. Okay, so they are a little bit long, but that's basically what you do. Step 1 up here. Is to rearrange the linear equation, so the equation without an x or y squared. So we rearrange that to get a value for x that we can sub back into our the quadratic. Then you got to solve your quadratic. Hopefully you get two values, and you sub these back and sub these the linear equation to get your two answers. So I will share these notes also on our Google Classroom, but hopefully that video will be helpful as well.